Hi, welcome to PredictNow.Ai, our no-code financial machine learning service. It will allow you to predict the probability of profit of each of your investment decisions. On the home page, there are two modes, train mode and live mode. In train mode, you can build a machine learning model based on historical data, whereas in live mode, you can perform new predictions. Since we don't have a train model yet, we click on train mode. Here we will need to upload a dataset. I have already prepared a binary classification dataset with historical daily trade returns of the QTS tail reaper strategy. These are the actual returns obtained from live trading. Each row denotes a day, range from 9th of August 2012 to 24th of October 2019. All these columns you see here are proprietary features constructed by our quantitative researchers. For the purpose of this demo, we have anonymized the name of the features. On the left-hand side, we see a column returns with positive, negative, and null values. These are the so-called target values or labels to be predicted. Note that if a trade is positive, it will be labeled as 1. If it is negative, it will be labeled as 0. And if it's 0, it will still be labeled as 0. If there is no trade at a particular day, it will not be taken into account in training the model. I will upload this dataset now. And I will click on Next. In this form, we need to provide information about different parameters for training the machine learning model. First, we will input the target variable, i.e. the column named returns in the input dataset. So let me write returns here. Note that this dataset is under time series format. So I will click on Yes. If dataset is under time series format, the features have to be made stationary. Internally, we use a technique called fractional differentiation, pioneered by Marcos Lopez de Prado. The target variable is under class format, so I will leave classification as an option. If we set feature selection to sharp, we construct the machine learning model based on the most important features. You will also see as an output a chart with an overall ranking in terms of importance for every feature in the input dataset. We will leave the size of the testset as 0.2, i.e. the last 20% of the input dataset will be used for out-of-sample testing. For this demo, we will leave type of ensemble learning, sample weights and probability calibration to their default values, but you are free to experiment with different variations in your own time. By setting exploratory data analysis to yes, you will receive some basic statistics about your dataset. This is very useful for checking to see if there are outliers or errors in your input data. The input suffix name is just a name for your machine learning model, so I will input a name here, like ER 6 of August. Here you can see the parameters that will be used. If you think that these are correct, we will click on Run Model. And you will see in what states we are in with the construction of the model. This dataset has almost 2,000 rows and more than 150 columns. But the training will be done fairly fast, in around 2 minutes. You will see that after training is done, you will receive via email a results link, and it will also be displayed in this browser page. So now it's making predictions. And now the training has been completed. So let me click on the results link. So in this yellow box, we see the performance metrics for both in-sample and out-of-sample data. For this dataset, all the performance metrics such as accuracy, F1, and AUC score are very good for both in-sample and out-of-sample data. As a rule of thumb, an AUC score greater than 0.5 denotes that the model has good predictive power, even with imbalanced classes. Let us go through all the output files. First, we see that the columns that have a lot of null values, i.e. more than 10%, are displayed here. Then, in the dataset describe file, we have basic statistics about the features. We can see information about mean, standard deviation, minimum, maximum, and percentiles. As I said, this is good for sanity checks of the input data. The feature selection image displays a ranking of all features. We can see that the feature starting with 3B9 prefix is ranked the highest with respect to feature importance. Remember, these are anonymized features because we don't want you to know our proprietary features used for our highly profitable strategy. Note that all features that are not shown on this chart will not be taken into account. Empirically, feature selection step does improve performance metrics. See our recent paper posted on our support webpage under the research section. You can also download the fractionally differentiated feature matrix, but for the purpose of this demo, I will skip it. Let me download the performance metrics file. The performance metrics file contains information shown in the yellow box as above. As I said, a user can download at any time all his account files. Let us go to the in-sample predicted targets file. We can see here the predicted class column and the true class column as taken from the dataset. As reflected by the performance metrics, the predicted classes are very much in line with the actual classes. In the predicted probabilities for in-sample data, you can see the probability for a given trade to be profitable. Namely, for this row, there is a 52.8% probability that the trade will be profitable. This can also be used in practice as a confidence level. For test data, you can similarly download predicted targets and predicted probabilities as well, but for the purpose of this demo, I will skip it. Instead, let us go through out-of-sample predictions on live data. First, we need to download the model file. And then you need to go to the main dashboard and you need to click on live mode. First, you need to upload the live dataset. Let me show you the dataset that we are going to use. So this live dataset contains only one row with features used in the input trained dataset. Note that the target data variable returns is empty, since we don't know in advance whether a trade will be profitable. First, let's choose this file. Then we need to upload the model that we have trained just now. And then we need to click on predict. we have two live output files. To see the predicted targets for live data. Note that the prediction says that the trade will be unprofitable. We need also to download the predicted probabilities for live data. Which shows that the next trade is only 5.6% likely to be profitable. Now, I'm going to show you a comparison between various backtests and performances of the Tail Reaper strategy. Blue line denotes basic Tail Reaper trend following strategy. Orange line denotes PredictNow meta labeling to Tail Reaper with our proprietary features. Green line denotes feature selection to find best subset of features. So we have already done meta labeling and feature selection in this demo. We can clearly see PredictNow software improve backtest performance of our QTS Tail Reaper strategy. If you want to try our software, please register for a free trial via PayPal subscription with first month free. We also offer consulting to help you prepare your data. Thank you for your time and hope you enjoyed this demo.